Hey, kindergartners.
Hey.
Where are we?
Mr. Kevin sent us somewhere different.
I'm so excited.
Yes.
We're at a construction site today. Mm-hmm. Because we're going to be talking about forces and building things.
Force, a push or
pull
on something.
Mm-hmm. But before we do that, we need to check in with our zones.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So check on in with your zones, friends. How are you feeling today? Are you in the blue zone, the green zone, the yellow zone, or the red zone?
Mrs. Wally. Oh,
Mr. Kevin.
Mrs. Oslin.
Okay, who's going?
Mrs. Wally, how are you feeling today? Right now.
I'm in the green zone.
Oh, good.
I'm ready to go. I'm excited for this lesson. I
Yeah.
think it's going to be fun.
It'll be fun.
I'm a little blue because I'm a little bit tired, but
Yeah.
I'm mostly in the green zone, so I'll say green.
Oh, good.
What about you?
I'm physically in the blue zone because I'm tired.
Ooh,
and
I just yawned.
You yawned. And I have allergies going on that make my body feel like it's sick.
That's not fun.
And then mentally, I'm in the yellow zone because I'm just anxious about everything and nothing all at the same time.
Does that ever happen to you, friends, where you're worried but you're not sure why? But then you are sure why, but you're not? Yeah. It happens to adults, too. Mm-hmm. Mr. Kevin, what about you?
Well, anytime you talk construction, I love construction, so I'm in the green zone.
Yay!
Yay! Mm-hmm. All right. Let's go over our 3 personal standards.
Today and every day, when we come together, we agree to
Show respect, make good decisions, and solve problems. And one of the ways we are showing respect now on the TV classroom is before we begin our learning, we honor our indigenous lands and peoples.
Yes. So I am going to invite you to look outside your window. Look at the sky, the trees, everything around you. Our physical space stands on the unceded land of the Coast Salish people. We acknowledge the Coast Salish community, their elders, both past and present, as well as future generations. We make this acknowledgement as part of our work to dismantle the ongoing legacies of settler colonialism and white supremacy.
What does unceded mean, Ms. Austin?
So we said in our statement, our physical space stands on the unceded land of the Coast Salish people. That means where we are standing, the land that's here was taken from the indigenous.
That must not have felt very good. Mm-mm. And we didn't give it back?
Nope.
Oh. But can we fix that? Can we go back and make it given back?
No.
So what do we do?
Well, we can start by talking about it, acknowledging it, and honoring the people.
And say that it happened.
And the land. Mm-hmm. And then I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
And as we finish out our year, this school year, we're going to continue to talk about it because that statement has a lot of big words that mean some
big things.
Big things. Big words that mean big things. So we're going to talk about what those words are and what they mean.
And why we're doing what we're doing.
And why we're doing what we're doing.
But for today, their land was taken from them, and we benefited from that because now we live on that land, and so we need to recognize that they didn't give it as a gift and realize that that wasn't a very nice thing that happened.
So, are we ready for a phenomena?
I'm ready. You can do it, Miss Oslin. Miss Oslin's going to do it. Oh, no. This is not good.
Ooh.
Oh, my.
Wow. Okay, are you ready for me to show it?
Not yet.
Let me get it there.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Wow.
Whoa. But wait a minute. How come it doesn't sink?
Why doesn't it tip all the way over? It corrects itself.
Do you think they did that on purpose? Like if you look at the bottom, they have these like flat things like it's supposed to be up there on that platform. What do you think, friends? I would get sick too if I was on that boat.
Yeah. And there's people standing there and they don't seem
Worried about
alarmed.
it?
Yeah.
What do you think, Miss Oslin? Or what do you know?
So I did some reading. This
reading.
is how engineers launch giant battleships from boatyards into the water.
So the battleships that are like at the Bremerton Navy Yard, this is how they launch them into the water
how
after
they-
they build them?
Yes.
Whoa, because they can't build them in the water.
Yeah. They had to know that it wouldn't tip over.
So the engineers used forces and physics to figure out how to build this boat and get it in the water without tipping it over. Yeah, there's not a big enough truck to put that in the water like a
No.
normal boat.
Yeah, like to pick it up.
Yeah, no. That's pretty amazing that we can use forces to solve problems.
Yes,
Well, we've been studying forces.
we have been. Force.
A push or a pull on something. Okay, let's see if Miss Oslin can do it. I know you can, Miss Oslin.
I did.
She did it. I'm so proud of her.
You know what it was? You told me the dots.
Yep.
And you said it out loud.
Yep.
And then I remembered. Okay. Our essential question: how do objects move or remain still?
Like I've got this car here, but it's not moving. It's remaining still.
Oh.
Should we review our big science words?
Okay.
I didn't
Are
put your
you
warning
ready?
slide in there. Yes.
Are you ready for your big science?
I hope kindergartners do that with
Oh,
at
I
home.
hope so, too.
I hope you do big science words at home.
Okay. Force.
A push or a pull on something.
Motion is the action of moving.
I'm in motion.
A ramp. A flat surface with one end higher than the other.
Ramp.
And a slide is a smooth, sloping track.
That's also like a ramp, but you go down it.
And we're going to.
Ramps, you go up, slides, you go down.
Okay, we did some thinking about what I think I know about forces and what I want to learn about forces. So make a good decision and have this chart that you started.
You drew some pictures or maybe wrote some words about what you think you know and about what you want to know.
And keep it with you as we do some learning today because you're going to add to what you think you know and you're going to add
What you want to know.
want to know. Ooh, are we ready for our chant?
I'm so ready.
Okay.
Forces here, forces there, forces everywhere. Can you say that at home? Beautiful.
Invisible forces pulling downward.
Like gravity.
Unbalanced forces exerting energy smoothly.
Momentous forces creating movement powerfully. We're going to talk about momentum today.
And opposite forces influencing predictably. Forces around the playground. Forces against one another.
Forces on objects around us. And forces within nature.
Forces here, forces there, forces everywhere.
I forgot.
Forces.
Forces. I forgot to grab the input chart. Would you go and grab it for me really quick?
Yes.
Okay, Miss Oslin's gonna go grab the input chart because we need to review it before we do our experiment today. Now, our experiment today involves knocking things over. I'm so excited. We're gonna pretend like we are in a construction zone. And if you have blocks and a ball or a toy car around you, you can play along with me. I think she found it. So, as we're waiting for Ms. Oslin, go grab those things. You just need a few blocks. Oh, and a whiteboard or some kind of book that you can use as a ramp or a slide. That would be awesome. Oh, here it comes. I see it, Ms. Oslin. She found it. Woohoo! Everyone give Miss Oslin a cheer. Yeah, Miss Oslin! Okay, Mr. Kevin, can you show our force poster?
Here it comes.
Force. You can push. You can pull. There's magnetism. That's a force that pulls metals towards each other. We're not using that today.
Nope.
Gravity. A force that attracts two objects together. We're using that one today. Because we're going to use a slide and let gravity pull the object towards the blocks. And then friction. A force that slows or stops motion when objects rub together. And we might have a little bit of that today. We might push and pull, but I don't know that it's going to be very effective today.
Yeah.
But we're going to try it out. Okay. Oh, you're going to read a book?
1 page of a book.
Okay, I'm excited.
Yeah. This is such a neat book. It's called Forces
It is a
Make
really cool
Things
book.
Move. It's by Kimberly Brubaker Bradley and illustrated by Paul Meisel.
It's a really great book. So if you have a chance to read it, for sure do.
Gosh, I'm noticing right on the front cover there.
Look at all the forces. And I'm noticing by like all the marks.
Yeah. Oh, that's how you can tell that something's in
Moving.
motion. It's in moving. In motion. It is moving.
Like the person on the balance tire thing.
And like that zip line thing, Mr. Kevin was talking about zip lines earlier today.
He was in the merry-go-round. We went on the lopsided merry-go-round at Wright Park. It was pretty funny.
did.
It was a 3rd grade lesson. You should go watch it. It was good.
Okay. Any push or pull is a force. Forces can move things farther away or bring them closer. Some forces are very strong. Some are so weak you can't feel them at all. Nothing starts moving until it is pushed or pulled. Nothing
something.
starts moving unless it is pushed or pulled. If you don't push your toy car, it just sits there. Unless something else pushes it, like the wind, or your cat, or your big brother.
Or gravity.
Or gravity. The wind, your cat, and your big brother can all produce force. The force moves your car. Anytime your car is moving, a force made it start. The heavier an object is, the more force it takes to start moving. If you want to run across the yard, your feet have to push on the ground to get you moving.
Watch this. I had to push pretty hard to get that to move. Like I can't just barely touch it. It doesn't move very far to get it to move. But this little puff ball,
If you apply the same
very,
amount of force.
like I barely
Wow.
touched it. I barely moved it. And it just like, whoop, off it goes. Because this is lighter than this. This is much heavier. Okay.
Very interesting. Okay.
So
Let's
what are we going to
some,
do?
some experiment with applied forces.
Okay, so we're going to pretend we're construction workers. And we're going to make a tower. Now, how many blocks tall should we make this tower? 2 or more?
Let's start with 3.
We want to do 3.
Yes.
3 of the little square blocks to make a tower. Now, Miss Oslin, you get to decide, do you think the plastic baseball with a little grass on it from Oliver playing, these are Oliver's toys. He said we could use them this morning. He helped me
Thanks,
pack them
Oliver.
up. A yellow puff ball or a toy car is going to have enough force to knock down our blocks. Or do you think we'll need a soccer ball? I do have his soccer ball as well.
I bet the toy car can do it. I
Okay.
do not think the puffball will be able to do it at all.
Now, do you think we should have an angle that's like this or a really tall angle like this?
Oh, because it'll have more of a track.
Maybe Mabel can help us.
Oh, thanks, Mabel.
So we can move Mabel to change the angle of our slide. Should we start here and then maybe
Yes.
move her forward if it doesn't fall
Yes.
down? Okay, we're gonna start with the puff ball. Let's see, what do you think, friends? Is it going to knock it down? The puff balls, is it heavy or light?
Pretty light.
And is it big or small?
Small.
So it's small and light. Okay, let's get some force on it so it'll
Ready?
move. Let's use some gravity. Oh,
Oh, see, and this is the lesson we learned when we were practicing, is that you have to actually hit it.
it didn't even move the bottom one.
It didn't.
So that's a no. Should we try the ball next?
Sure. Where is it?
Where is he?
Yeah.
Right down the middle. Ooh.
It displaced them.
It did.
Did not knock them over, though.
Let's see, though, if the car can knock them over.
You should do it.
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah.
Okay. You ready, friends? Oh, it did. It knocked one.
Knocked the top one over, but it didn't
No.
knock them all over.
It didn't knock them over. I wonder if we move Mabel closer and make this a steeper angle. You know the slides that are super steep, how you go really fast down them? That's because gravity can pull you faster down the slide. Oh, now that was interesting. Let's see if it does it again.
Yeah.
What happened?
Oh.
Watch again, friends. What happened? The car, all its force hit the table. It's too steep of an angle.
Too steep of an angle.
So we'll move it back a little bit. Back a little more.
We can't recreate it.
Try the ball again. Well, but remember, they were like this. Ooh, it's not doing it. Well, no. It's not
Okay.
doing it. What are we doing, Miss
I don't
Allison?
know.
Should we get the soccer ball out?
I wonder, can we try it with this ball and with the steeper angle?
Ooh.
I wonder if,
Because there's no wheels on it and it's round, that it
Yes.
won't hit the bottom. I think that's a great idea. Whoa! She did it!
Woo.
Okay. Now we know. So we're going to use this for the blocks.
so the angle, the steeper angle worked for the ball,
Because it could just roll.
but with the car, the force went into the table.
What if we took the car and we used all our strength and pushed it? I bet it would.
Oh, I bet.
I bet it would. But we're going to do this for now.
Yeah.
So I wonder if we could build a wall that wouldn't fall down.
Oh, I bet.
What could we do? How can we make it so that those top blocks, we'll keep the 3 here. How can we make it so that they don't fall down? What could we add? What do you think?
Kindergartners, what do you think?
Oh, I heard someone put a block in the back. Oh, like this.
Ooh. Like a
Because it might
reinforcement?
support it. But then I still got this one on top. Oh, someone said put them on the sides. Like that? Or up and down? Up and down. Okay, on the sides. Okay. Let's see if it knocks it over now. Okay, Miss Oslin. You know what I noticed? It
What?
tried to, and then the back, it took some of the energy and the force and it moved the block. Watch what happens when the block hits the wood. Focus on this back one. Here, I'll make it so you can see it. Focus on the back. What happens to the back one? Did you see?
Yeah.
It took some of the energy from the force of the ball and it moved back and forth, but it allowed this to not fall down.
Ah.
Okay, what else should we do? What should we try? We have lots of options.
I want to try that bigger block.
Ooh, the really big one.
Yeah.
Okay. So friends, if you have a really big tall block, we're going to try that one next and see what happens with just one big tall block instead of 3 small blocks. And I'm putting it about the same distance away. Tall like this, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Kindergartners, what do you think is going
What's
to happen?
going to happen to the tall block? Almost. You want to try it one more
Yeah.
time? What would happen, Miss Oslin, if you pushed the ball a little bit down the ramp and gave it
Okay.
a little more force? Almost. I think the smaller blocks fell easier.
Yes.
How do we get this one to fall down then?
Well, we have to use something that's bigger or heavier than that.
Well, I have something down here on the floor I'm going to pass to you. Do you have something that's bigger and heavier?
I will.
A soccer ball. Do you think that's going to knock it down?
Big time.
Let's try. Whoa!
It's fun. That was cool.
The difference between. Okay, let's do this one again. Do this ball again. Am I lined up?
I think so.
That's all that moved it.
Yeah,
I am not changing anything except for the size of the ball. It's heavier.
it is.
Wow.
Friends, look at how much more force this ball had than that ball. The ramp was the same, or the slide was the same. The brick or block was the same. The only thing that was different was the size and the weight. Remember we said earlier that the heavier it is, the more motion it has when it gets going? This one is much more powerful. So can I just think, if you had a big concrete wall that you needed to knock down, what kind of object would you want to swing at it? Have you ever seen the destroyers, the things with like the rope and then the ball to demolish a building? Would you want a small light ball or a big heavy ball? Which one would destroy it better? Now I wonder if we could build something that would not fall down with this ball.
I was wondering that too.
Should we try?
Yes.
So we're going to keep this here like this, just like we did the last time. The original block we're going to keep right here. And then what are we going to do, Miss Oslin?
Well, it seemed to work when we built reinforcements around it.
I love that word, reinforcement. So we had like something on the back of it, like this. Then what else could we do? This is called distribution of momentum. So we're going to distribute the, what if we did like this?
Oh.
But then it would hit this first.
That's true.
So maybe we do it like this. And then what else could we do?
I wonder if putting something on top would
I
help
was thinking
stabilize
like
it.
this on the back
Oh,
here.
look at that.
That could help stabilize it. Let's try it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what happens. It's still knocked down, but it didn't twirl.
It did.
Okay, so we got to keep trying. What if I do this?
Oh.
I don't know, I'm just playing around. I don't know. What do you think, Miss Oslin? What do you think, Mr. Kevin?
It looks a little beefier,
It does.
Doesn't it?
stronger. Yeah.
And putting some on the side so we can make some of that go out to the side. Maybe even like this. Okay, I think we're good. I used all my blocks. I don't know if it's going to work, but I have to do another design. Because that's a really big force.
It is. We ready?
Ooh, we're almost there. What could we do?
What if you try piling all of the other bricks behind the front brick?
Okay. So like this. So maybe like do these big tall
Bigger ones
these.
on the bottom. Yeah, there you go.
What about this big long one? Should we do that one on the very bottom?
Yes.
Okay. The big long one. Big long one on the very bottom. Back like this. Ooh. And then the smaller ones. Well, I just planned that pretty well, didn't I?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Wow.
Put this extra one right there.
Okay.
I wonder if that will support it.
We ready?
Are we ready, friends? Here we go. Oh, we did it! It didn't fall all the way over. It just tipped.
Wow.
So it took all of these blocks, all of them, and it's heavy. These blocks are heavy. All of them to stop the force of the soccer ball going down the slide.
I wonder why when they're stacked right behind it like that as opposed to some on the side.
I wonder, friends, do you have an idea? Why would it work better this way than the way we were doing it before? Think about which way the motion's going. The motion's going that way. So if we have more blocks that are heavy pushing back this way, it's easier to stop this motion.
And it had more blocks to absorb the energy.
If you notice all the blocks, we should do it again. Too bad we don't have slow motion capabilities on. I don't know, Mr. Kevin, can you make it go slow motion in post-production?
I can.
Okay, let's do it. Can you do it slow motion so we can see what happens with these blocks? Okay, Miss Oslin. What happened? They all moved. Whew, the top ones fell off, but those aren't the ones we were worried about knocking down. It was this one up here. So interesting. So friends, how do objects move or remain still? That's our essential question. I think we're getting a closer idea of what they do. So Ms. Allison, what do they need to do on Flipgrid this week?
We're going to think about what factors or what things determine how much force is needed to knock something down. What do you have to think about to decide how much force you need to knock something down?
Do you need just it depends on what you're knocking down. So we want you to pretend it's like a block or a cement wall. Do you need something light as a feather, like a puff ball? Or do you need something really heavy and strong, like a big metal ball or a soccer ball?
So the factors would be the size and the weight.
Or something like what's behind you.
Whoa! Wait a minute.
Cool.
We have created machines that help us knock things down? Look at these cool diggers.
I kind of want to drive one.
Me too. Wouldn't it be cool if we got to go on a construction site and drive one?
That would be neat.
Oh my goodness, that would be so fun. So be thinking about that, and you can put your information and your ideas on Flipgrid. You can draw us a picture. You can write us a sentence. You could sing us a song, or you could show us you doing an experiment, proving your idea with blocks and some of your toys.
That would be neat.
That'd be really fun. If you don't want to do it on Flipgrid, Mr. Kevin, what can they do?
Just ask your adult to help you if you want to send us an email to tvclassroom@tacoma.k12.wa.us. Also, we're right downtown in Tacoma. You can send it to TV Classroom through the regular mail at 601 South 8th Street, Tacoma, Washington, 98405.
Now it's time for our affirmation.
It is.
Did you have one in mind, Ms. Allison?
I liked the one that we did for first grade.
Which was?
Where we talked about, I am strong.
I am strong.
Strong
Yes.
like a force.
It is. We are. Well, forces can be strong or weak, but a strong force. You are strong at home. You're strong in a lot of ways. I like that one. Okay,
I'll
friends.
take a deep breath together and say our affirmation.
I am strong.
Excellent job today, kindergartners. We hope you have a great rest of your day, and we look forward to seeing you back here next time in our TV classroom.
Bye, friends. Maybe we'll be back at our TV classroom
Yep.
next time.
Rules. 1. You have 10 seconds to pick your crewmate. 2. A new timer will appear with an exercise for the crewmate you picked. 3. You will get points for each correct crewmate and exercise you choose. 4. You will get bonus points if you find Maui's hook. 5. If you pick the imposter, you will lose all your points. 6. Use your math skills to see how many points you can get. Good luck.